Alright, welcome to the Blood Run tutorial. First, I do want to note that although right now I'm in the map called Ztndm3, which is Blood Run, the tournament was actually played on Ztndm3q. There is a slight difference, there are a couple slight differences in it, and I will go over those. But first I want to go over this map and explain the basic layout of it and go through typical stuff in it. So if you're a Quake 3 player, I'm sure you know this map. This is one of the most popular one-on-one maps in Quake 3, and the layout is pretty much the same. Items are in slightly different locations, so I'll cover that. But if you don't know it, this is the main room. Has has grenade launcher, has red armor, and then there are 5 entrances. Lower, 2 up there, this one, and this one. There's also a teleporter entrance right here. So, if you want to go to any room, most of the time you're going to be going through here, or at least you'll be seeing into here. So there's red armor, and then over here is rocket launcher and yellow armor. Then back into the red armor room, and mega health below. Another rocket launcher, rockets. This teleporter is going to take me up there. So I was down there. Teleporter that's down there will take you right there. And then the other teleporter here takes you to here again, to the red armor area. And the other room that I've not shown is super nail gun / green armor room. There's a quad damage, but that's only in team games, so not in one-on-ones. This will take you straight to the red armor, which same teleporter exit that was down there. Take you here. And then down these steps will take you to lightning gun, which again loops around to red armor. So red armor room is central to absolutely everything. I believe that covers the locations of mega, the armors, weapons. So there's grenade launcher, rocket launcher, lightning gun, all pretty much visible from right here. Now for ammo, there is a 10-pack of rockets there, 2 5s here, and yet another 10-pack here. Tons of rockets in this map. Then lightning gun cells, the only 2 are here, 12 and 12. And then one thing that you should be aware of if you ever duel on this map, this is a hiding spot. You can actually be up here. And it's kind of an obnoxious hiding spot, to be honest, too, because if somebody is down there and they're shooting rockets at you, they disappear whenever it hits the sky. So you can dodge this and do pretty well. You just have to be aware of certain splash shots, like people shooting here, or people using lightning gun. But yeah, it's an effective hiding spot if you can use it appropriately. So my biggest complaint about this map for one-on-one, and it's still played today, and it was played before the tournament that I'm going to be showing you from. So this map, which was not used in that tournament, biggest problem with it is that you got a ton of ammo here, red armor, mega health, more ammo. Why would you ever leave? If you have lightning gun, all you have to do is camp here, spam your rockets, spam your grenades, and you can even do shots like down here, which if you place it right, you can actually get that to hit the yellow armor really close to it. You can really mess with people, and it does not take much effort to stay in control here. On the other hand, it takes a huge effort to get back in control. So in general, this map for one-on-ones, I just don't like it. I find it a little bit boring. I know it's still played. My personal opinion is I don't like this map. So, Ztndm3q. Somebody took ZTN, I guess Colonel is his name if you pronounce it that way, and what he did is, instead of this being a 10-pack of rockets, it's now a 5. Go over here. Instead of there being 2 5-packs, there's only 1 5. Go down here. You still got the 10, but the mega has moved. It's moved to the Quake 3 location. Over here, they made this little extension of the hallway, which did not exist before. And then the other change up here is this is no longer green armor, it's a yellow armor. Again, the quad damage is only for team games, so ignore that. And also these 2 health packs that were there moved from here to here, just so they're not sitting right in front of the Mega awkwardly. I guess I should go over the other health pack locations. So there's a 2 15s. This is a 15. This is a 25. 15 and a 25. 3 15s. 15 and 25. 15. And yeah, that's it. So lots of health on this map. But even though there's a lot of health, not too much rocket jumping for the most part, because the hallways are really tight and rockets do a lot of splash damage. So, like I said, I didn't like basic Ztndm3 because the Mega's there, Red's here, and people aren't going to be able to sneak down to Mega if it's down below you, and you hop down there, you're going to end up grabbing these rockets every time, you'll have tons of ammo to spam, just huge problems with the balance of the map. This corrected a lot of the problems, but it turned it into something that's still pretty different from a lot of the other duel maps. So, in my opinion, this map is a bit more of a sneaky map, which happens to fit my style quite well. Typically, I will try to get an armor, which is a lot easier since there are now 2 yellows. On the previous map, you'd be capable of running this red, getting into a fight, killing somebody, grabbing that, rocket jumping around, and your opponent couldn't really do much. So it seriously changed it with a second yellow armor being introduced to it. It's really, really hard to run all the armors and the Mega in this game. So this opens it up to the point where somebody can get an armor and then play sneaky, try to figure out when the Mega is going to spawn, spam some rockets down here, maybe set up an ambush so that the person going for the Mega gets hurt a lot, take advantage of that, get into here. A lot of the dynamics of the map changed from these simple little changes, and I think it's for the better. So, those cover the changes of it, and I guess some of the other stuff that I want to go through is that I want to mention lightning gun cells. Since these are the only lightning gun ammo on the map, the lightning gun really does open up your options. You can get into certain fights where you would not be able to if you didn't have enough lightning gun ammo. So the fact that they're kind of out of the way whenever you consider what most of the map is going to be, that makes a pretty serious reason to go down that path. This super shotgun and this shell ammo, if you don't have full shell ammo or you don't have the super shotgun, this is an ammo trap where whenever you pass through here, it'll make a noise and your opponent's going to know where you are. So ideally, if you have to go through it, get both. That way the next time, if you are low enough on shells, then you can just go like this and then walk past the shells and not make a sound. Otherwise, just take a look at your ammo. If you're already at 100 shells but you don't have the super shotgun, just walk past it like this and you'll be fine. So you got to pay attention on that. That's kind of a tricky little thing. I should have mentioned this in a previous map, but in QuakeWorld, whenever you run downstairs, you're quiet unless you run over 4 stairs. So, thud, thud. But if you go 3, you're fine. 2 is also fine, of course. So, all these stairs on this map just happen to be 4. Here's 4. There's a little more than 4. Here's 4. Here's 4. Here's 4 stairs. And I'm pretty sure that was by design, another 4 stairs. So, a key here is if you're trying to be sneaky, and like I said, this map is good for sneaking around on now, in Ztndm3q, then what you want to do is always go like that. Get used to holding forward and then tapping back. Forward, tap back. And especially for these stairs that wind up and around, stay along the outside. That makes it easier to go down slowly. Otherwise, if you're trying to go along here, you're going to mess it up and just make noise. So, those are important. And then this rocket jump height. You can get up to there, but you can't get up to here from the bottom. But if you rocket jump from this height, you can get up to the red armor. And since this level is exactly the same height as that, you can use QuakeWorld physics to rocket jump up to that. Alright, another little trick. I kind of touched on this in the arrow walk thing. So, you walk through this teleporter, and what it does is it moves you up there, right? Also, at the same time, it flips you around, because whenever I step through that teleporter, I'm suddenly going to be facing this way. So, it just so happens that that doesn't occur at quite the exact same time, and if you have a decent ping, like 30 milliseconds or higher, you can pretty consistently run through, touch the teleporter, fire, and then physically your character is up there, but he's still facing in this direction. So what would that do? Well, if you did it at the right time, it would be the same as firing this way, and then as soon as your client updates, you spin around. So what you can do, I'm probably going to screw this up since I'm on my own server, but, oh, got it. So I got through the teleporter, fired a rocket, and immediately rocket jumped through. Can easily get to the red armor there. That trick can be used on any teleporter where there's a wall behind you. People use it on arrow walk, people use it here. I don't see it much on DM4, but nonetheless, it's an interesting little trick that people figured out. Sane started using it a lot in North America. I'm not sure if it picked up in Europe. Alright, so one other thing, this long hallway. Like I was saying, this map, good for sneaking. Say an enemy gets the jump on you, suddenly hops down here, you don't want to fight him, you don't have enough health and armor to really live through a fight. What you do is you start going backwards and you jump. You jump because if he hits you with his lightning gun, every single cell that he hits you with is going to increase your speed by 120. So within like 3 or 4 hits, you will be flying back outside of his range. Same thing here. If you spawn in front of somebody and he has lightning gun, you can just go jump away from him and you might be able to get out of his reach. So also that kind of requires not just jumping in a straight line. QuakeWorld physics I've shown you, you can go like this, and that's just by holding strafes. Same thing, you can do it backwards. You just have to hold the correct strafe, and it's something you have to get used to. Spawn locations. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and one here. So, since there are 3 within sight here, there are a couple more by the way, this is an excellent spot to have just killed somebody. Shoot him like that, shoot, shoot. You can get tons of spawn kills just waiting around here. There's also a spawn location, in that corner, one over here, and one in this room. So, of those spawns, you have a significant chance of being within range of somebody who happens to be here. So if you die here, and your opponent's around here, hold off on your spawn. Wait a little bit. Even if you spawn near him and he kills you again, that's okay, because you wasted his time and it means a better chance of a good armor being up for you. Alright, so first spawn on this map is pretty dynamic. You just have to pay attention to where your opponent is, what he's going for, seeing what weapons he's going for, and really all you're going to want to do is get an armor, get rocket launcher, and if you can, get lightning gun. If Mega's up, go for that. I mean, it sounds generic, but really for this map, you're not going to be going for a specific strategy. Just get geared up, and then try to play the game. So I apologize for the seemingly simple advice there, but that's about all I can do for this map. So, full control on this map is very different compared to other maps. your opponent is going to be able to get yellow armors very easily. Typically, within, I don't know, 30 seconds of him spawning, he will again have a rocket launcher and probably a lightning gun again. So you'll need to take advantage of the time early on to deny him the weapons. Because if you are running the red armor and the mega, you hear him spawn, you know, in this room, he gets the yellow armor, try to listen, see if he's going this way, see if he's going down for the lightning gun, get into fights where he can't use his lightning gun, and then deny him access to the rocket launchers. Or on the flip side, if he spawns up there and you're down here, listen for where he's going, deny him rocket launchers. If he gets one, try to get into fights where you can use the lightning gun and he can't respond well. Take advantage of what weapons he has. That's very important. Alright, so for regaining control on this map, if you think about how much damage somebody can take who's in full control, he's going to have 200, 100 to 200, 200. So that's 300 to 400 damage he can take. If you're not in control, you're going to have about 250 damage you can take. It's not a significant difference. If you get a good ambush on somebody, then you can win a battle even though you're locking 150 to 50 health in terms of how much damage you can take. So that definitely means that sneaking is very effective on this map. Be quiet, take advantage of going down these slowly, spend your time to figure out where your enemy is, do some damage to him, and see if you can catch him doing something like jumping up to the red armor. Speaking of which, the red armor is, just like in Quake 3, kind of a trap. So if you're up here, you don't want to be waiting up here. If your enemy comes into the room, staying in this little hole is just going to get you so much damage in no time. Because you can pin somebody like this. If they try to, you can probably run out of it, but you're going to take a ton of damage in the process. If somebody's down here, they can fire rockets here and be pretty safe. They can use lightning gun to pin you to the ceiling. It's just ugly being there. So, since it is the strongest armor on the map, if you sneak around, you can get down here with a lightning gun, wait until somebody rocket jumps up there, and then just pin them to the ceiling and kill them. Sneaking, wonderful. You're going to hear that a lot. And since there are so many armors on this map, you in general do not want to commit to any single resource unless you really know that you're going to win the fight. So if Mega's up and your opponent's down there, don't rush him, just spam him, make sure you get some armors, don't let him get back up here, do some more damage to him, and then if he's still pushing and you have to run away, run away. Don't stay for fights if you don't think you're going to win. This map has so many exit routes in every possible location. The only place where you can really get pinned is red armor. So be careful about that. Listen for your opponent, make sure you can keep your eyes on the entrances, and then take advantage of the fact that you can run away and there's a ton of health and armor on this map. Alright, so I think this is a good time to start the demo. And I will go over here. And I want to note that I changed the enemy skin to white. This is what I actually play with. And I had a couple of comments that I should change it to something more like what I actually play with. This is one of the few things that has actually changed from me watching demos to me playing. So I'll set it to white also because there is an actual location in this demo where it's really hard to see somebody just out of the corner of your eye, but if he's white, then you're going to see it. So anyway. Oh, and ignore that fix overtime thing. The general rule in the tournament was 2 minutes overtime added, but the community was used to 3, so it was set correctly. Alright, got armors, now I need a weapon. Some lucky bounces, and also since I killed him and he had Mega, that means Mega's gonna spawn at 36. There's that pin. There's my Mega. Alright, so he does not have rockets yet. but I'm low on cells. I want a rocket battle, not a lightning gun battle. Keep him away. I want this red. That worked out. Alright, Mega's going to spawn at 131. Def has no way of knowing that. So I'm not too pressured on that one. Sneak, sneak. Again, I'm not pressured. Oh. So notice, I was in the red armor, he rushed me, I had to get out of there immediately. Lucky spawn kills, he spawned there again. Tried for a quick chase, but messed that up. Mega's gonna spawn in 20. So that's about 218. Def tried to run away, but he couldn't make it. Alright, Def is more armored than me, so I need to be careful here. Mega's at 258. There's the sneak. Sneaky regains control. Mega's up. Good time to run away. So notice I grabbed the Mega and lost it at 313. But since the Mega doesn't start counting down for another 5 seconds, that means that it doesn't check to see if it should respawn until about 318. Then it will check, and then 20 seconds later it will spawn at 338. Alright, I'm just here to waste his time. Get some more armors up and take advantage of the map. Living is always a plus, though. Alright, he has Mega. See if I can knock it out of him and time it so I can take advantage of him next time. That should have knocked it out of him. Probably about 421, 422. Again, being quiet. So Mega's gone up soon, but I don't have a rocket launcher, so I'm fine just sniping here. There it is. I don't want this fight, so I'm jumping. So again, I went for the cells just because I didn't have enough to really do much with it. Did some good damage, not sure if I knocked the Mega out though. His rocket jump probably did, so that's probably 602. Alright, normally if he'd rocket jump here... Oh. So he did that fast teleport rocket jump, and that gave him just enough time to get it through there. Otherwise I would have went for the Mega. So, nice by Def. Here, I ran out of ammo entirely. Which makes this map a lot more interesting than Ztndm3. Also didn't want that fight. But he doesn't have a rocket launcher, so I gotta take advantage of him. Also, he has the Mega, gotta knock that out of him. That definitely knocked it out of him. 743. Alright. So I heard him fall down. I'm pausing it here. I know he's coming around this corner. He's expecting me to be setting up an ambush somewhere else. So I just stay here and wait. Works beautifully. I love the fact that you can ambush on the Mega on this map. So again, just playing sneaky. Be nice to get a rocket launcher, of course, but Mega's coming up soon. So at this point I'm up by 10 with only 50 seconds to go. Not too much of a problem here. Alright, so that's that. Again, this tournament was best of 5. I was coming from the loser's bracket, and if you were following the other games, I won the first round, lost the second, and this is the third. So I'm up 2-1 in the first series here. So anyway, next episode is going to be DM4, also known as The Bad Place. I will see you then. Bye.